Your baby is crying again. And for a moment, panic creeps in. Is it hunger, pain, something you're missing entirely? Here's what most parents don't know. That cry isn't random noise. It's language, ancient, wordless, and remarkably precise. Researchers who spent years recording and analyzing infant cries found something startling. Babies produce distinct acoustic patterns for different needs, patterns so consistent that trained ears and increasingly machines can tell them apart. Long before your child ever says, "Mama," they're already speaking, just not in words. This isn't guesswork or old wives' wisdom. It's rooted in how the human brain and vocal cords evolved over hundreds of thousands of years, long before speech itself existed. So no, you're not failing to understand your baby. You're listening to a language that predates language. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what your baby's cries are really telling you and how to start hearing the difference starting today. So, what's actually happening when your baby cries? Think of it this way. Crying is your baby's oldest operating system. Long before babies can form words, their brainstem, the most primitive, hardwired part of the brain, controls the muscles of the throat, chest, and vocal cords to produce sound. This part of the brain doesn't need to be taught. It's already running the moment your baby takes their first breath. Researchers studying infant vocalizations have found that cries triggered by pain tend to start suddenly, sharply, and at a higher pitch, almost like an alarm. Hunger cries, by contrast, often build gradually, starting soft and rhythmic before growing more insistent. Tiredness cries can sound more broken, with pauses and whimpers woven through them. Here's the part that feels almost unbelievable. Infants across completely different countries and cultures, with no shared language, no shared caregiving style, produce strikingly similar cry patterns for the same needs. That's not a coincidence. That's biology. It suggests this cry language isn't something babies learn from watching adults. It's something they're born already knowing, wired in by evolution itself, the same way a newborn sea turtle knows to crawl toward the ocean. Picture this for a moment. A mother in a research lab, exhausted, blindfolded so she can't see her baby, listening only to a recording, and still she can tell this cry means pain, that one means hunger. Not because someone taught her a chart, because something ancient in her is tuned to hear it. That's the astonishing part. You already have some of this wiring too. Every parent does. It's why a stranger's baby crying might just be background noise to you, but your baby's cry cuts straight through a crowded room and grabs your entire nervous system. You're not imagining that. It's real, and it's measurable. This doesn't mean you'll always get it right immediately. No parent does, and that's completely normal. Babies are dealing with a body and a world they don't have words for yet, so cries can overlap and shift. But the more you really listen without immediately reaching to fix it, the more the pattern starts to reveal itself. Your baby has been talking to you since day one. You just need to learn how to tune in. So, how do you actually start understanding this ancient language? Here are 3 simple steps you can start using today. No special training, no equipment, no cost at all. Step 1. Notice the rhythm, not just the volume. Most parents focus on how loud a cry is, but rhythm tells you more than volume ever will. Is it rising and falling in waves? That often signals hunger or general discomfort, a slow build. Is it sudden, sharp, and jarring, almost like a siren going off? That's more often pain. Tonight, when your baby cries, try this. Instead of reacting instantly, Pause for 3 seconds and just listen to the shape of the sound. You'll be surprised how quickly your ear starts to catch the difference. Step 2. Build your own cry log. This sounds more complicated than it is. Every time your baby cries, quietly note in your head or in a phone note if you like, what was happening right before. Were they just fed? Was it close to nap time? Within a few days, you'll start to see your own baby's personal patterns emerge. No two babies cry in exactly the same way. So this step turns you into the expert on your specific child faster than any book could. Step 3. Respond, then reassess. You don't need to diagnose the cry perfectly before responding. Pick your best guess, feed, hold, check the diaper, and watch what happens. If the cry softens, you were likely right. If it doesn't, that's information too, not failure. This is how you build your instincts, one small moment at a time. Now, you might be thinking, I'm exhausted, I barely have time to shower, let alone analyze cries like a scientist. Completely understandable. But this isn't about extra work. It's about shifting how you listen during moments you're already living through. There's no tool to buy, no course to take, just your own attention gently redirected. And here's the truth that should take some pressure off. You don't need to get it right every single time. Your baby doesn't need a perfect translator. They need a present one. So the next time your baby cries and that flicker of panic rises, pause for just a moment. Remember, that sound isn't chaos. It's communication. Older than words, older than any language you speak, wired into your baby long before they ever learned your name. You don't need to have it all figured out today. Every parent is learning this language in real time. One cry, one response, one small victory at a time. And you're already doing better than you think because you're here, paying attention, wanting to understand. If this helped you hear your baby a little differently, consider subscribing. Not for us, for the next tired parent at 3 a.m. wondering if they're doing this right, who needs to hear that they already have what it takes. Your baby has been speaking to you since the very first breath. You don't need a manual. You just need to keep listening.